How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times so that American people understand? How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35?
Let me throw this clip of Hegseth going scorched earth on the press over this story.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard, it's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump, because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times so that American people understand? How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what it's like to man a Patriot battery? Or how hard it is to refuel midair? Giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that because of the hatred of this press corps are undermined because your people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible. And folks in this room are privy to that information because of the proximity here in the Pentagon. It's an important responsibility. And time again, classified information is leaked or peddled for political purposes to try to make the president look bad. And what's really happening is you're undermining the success of incredible B-2 pilots and incredible F-35 pilots and incredible refuelers and incredible air defenders who accomplished their mission, set back a nuclear program in ways that other presidents would have dreamed. How about we celebrate that? How about we talk about how special America is, that only we have these capabilities? I think it's too much to ask, unfortunately, for the fake news. So we're used to that. But we also have an opportunity to stand at the podium and read the truth of what's really happening. And the reality is, you want to call it destroyed, you want to call it defeated, you want to call it obliterated, choose your word. This was an historically successful attack, and we should celebrate it as Americans. And it gives us a chance to have peace, chance to have a deal, and an opportunity to prevent a nuclear Iran, which is something President Trump talked about for 20 years.
I mean, Buck, it's not going to get much better than this guy as far as I'm concerned.
Well, this is one of the brilliant strategic Trump 2.0 realities, which is you can find people who are competent at the job and highly media competent as well. Because what the Democrats have been able to rely on for, when we used to call them the MSM and the mainstream media and all that, is even if, let's say in the Bush era, something was going well, they would just hammer whatever dork George W. knew from his time in Texas that he had made the so-and-so or the such and such in his cabinet or whatever it was. I mean, there were some exceptions to that, but even somebody who was adept in an argument and a good political infighter, bureaucratic infighter like Cheney, he didn't come across well when the media was going after him, right? He was like, Cheney. And so now having these people, and you can see they've been, seated at the top of these different agencies who are on, in line with the Trump agenda and also know exactly how the media plays the games they do. This is also why I think the anti-Trump resistance is just still so almost catatonic. It's like they barely exist. On the substance, by the way, I used to write these kind of intelligence assessments. And one thing I can tell you, it was like herding cats. You get all these different people in a room. You got analysts this, analysts that, different agencies, different equities, the notion that somebody right after this strike would be the one who knew based on preliminary information and then would choose to leak that information outside of official channels is laughable.